Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome again to today's information session. Good afternoon, everyone from our TF entrepreneurs, or participants rather, from Africa, from across the 53 African countries. It's good to have you again in today's information session. My name is Adora Okoli. I work as Entrepreneurship Programs Executive with the Tony Elite Foundation. And with me on the call is Robin Foucault, our French translator. I'm sure we are all familiar with him. And we are honored to have Kehinde Fagbemi, the finance manager with the Tony Elite Foundation, speaking to us today on the documentation needs and requirements for to obtain or to get seed capital in our program. So if you can hear me, please drop a comment in the YouTube session, the YouTube comment box. And I've also uploaded all the link to the attendances just by the description box. So if you have stayed in the session, if I'm sure that you have stayed in the session for a while, then your attendance will be recorded. So Foko, please translate, then Kehinde will take on from there. Thank you.
Ok, thank you Adora. Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue une fois de plus à cette session d'information. Donc aujourd'hui, nous allons échanger avec Kehinde qui travaille à la Fondation Tony Lumelou et qui va nous indiquer la documentation qu'il faut pour recevoir le site capital. Donc, soyez scotchés et n'oubliez pas, il y a la fiche de présence dans la zone de description de la chaîne YouTube de cette vidéo. Essayez donc de la remplir. Merci. Kehinde, you have the floor. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, or let me say good day, entrepreneurs and participants across Africa. You're welcome. Today we'll be talking about, my name is Kehinde Fagbemi, as Adora had said. I'm the finance manager at the Tony Elumelu Foundation. We'll be discussing the documentations that is needed for the seed capital disbursement. Please, I would like you to pay very close attention to everything I'll be saying because they are very important. And please, if you have your pen and jotter, try to jot as much as possible. They are very important. So firstly, the documents you would be needing, we would need a valid ID card, a government-approved valid ID card for the seed capital disbursement. We need to identify you. And please note that this ID card must not pass 6 months. It must not be expired within the next 6 to 8 months. It is very important for your identification. So the first thing to note is that you must have an approved valid government ID card. Thank you. Foko, you can interpret.
Ok, donc pour commencer, vous devez noter qu'aujourd'hui, on va échanger sur les documents qu'il faut afin qu'on puisse vous faire le virement, le site capital, dans le fonds d'amorçage. La première pièce dont vous aurez besoin, c'est une pièce d'identité officielle. Et cette pièce d'identité officielle ne doit pas être expirée ou bien ne doit pas s'expirer dans moins de 6 mois. Donc, si votre pièce s'expire dans 4 mois, elle ne sera pas valide. Et généralement, comme pièce d'identité, on vous demande, vous pouvez produire le passeport, le permis de conduire, la carte d'électeur ou la carte d'identité nationale. Over to you.
Yeah, so the approved government ID card could be in, because I know we are in different African countries and it varies per country. So for entrepreneurs in Nigeria, you can present your permanent voters card or your international passport. It is very important because we don't accept NIN. There are some details that are not in NIN and we need like your date of birth and some other things. So what we accept is the international passport or the permanent voters card. For entrepreneurs in the other African countries, you can provide your international passport or your driver's license. Even for entrepreneurs in Nigeria, you can also give us your driver's license, but we don't accept NIN in Nigeria. We only accept permanent voters card, international passport, or your driver's license. Please take note of that. It's very important. Then you also have the business registration document or your certificates. For in every country, definitely you must have an organization that registers your business, that you register your business with. So you must present a document that your business has been registered. In Nigeria, we have the CAC that registers the business. So in every other country as well, we have organizations that register the business. Please, you must provide a business registration document. Foucault, over to you.
Donc, une seule précision, pour les pièces d'identité au Nigeria, on ne va pas accepter les NIA. Je crois qu'eux, ils comprennent ça. Ça serait peut-être les récépissés. Au Nigeria, on n'accepte pas ça. On accepte les autres pièces que j'ai indiquées tout à l'heure. OK. Le document qui prouve que votre entreprise est créée doit aussi être téléchargé. Il s'agit du registre de commerce ou du certificat d'immatriculation. C'est le document qui montre que l'entreprise est créée. Donc, voilà un autre document dont vous aurez besoin. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So please note, I know you must have gotten the information before that we don't take businesses that are over 5 years. So your business is 5 years and below. So we would know from your business registration documents if your business is already over 5 years. So please take note of that. Another document that you would need is your tax registration certificate. Definitely in all our countries, we have authorities that are in charge of tax in our country. So please, we are going to need your tax registration documents, which must match with what is in your certificate. That means your business name on your business registration document must tally with what is on your tax registration certificate. So we would need your tax registration certificate. Please note that your personal name cannot be on the tax registration. It is your business. We pay business accounts, not personal accounts. So please do ensure that the tax registration document you are giving to us carries your business name. It is your business tax registration certificate, not your personal name, because we have situations, I mean, cases like that entrepreneurs present their personal and tax certificates. So please do ensure that your tax certificate is what carries your business name, and that is what is on your business registration certificate, because we are going to be checking all of this to be sure. Over to you, please.
Donc, il est nécessaire de rappeler que les entreprises créées il y a plus de 5 ans ne sont pas éligibles. Et c'est à travers votre registre de commerce qu'on saura quand est-ce que votre entreprise a été créée. Donc, votre entreprise ne doit pas être créée il y a plus de 5 ans. OK. Donc, vous devez aussi fournir la carte de contribuable ou un document qui indique que vous êtes enregistré aux impôts. Donc, votre pièce d'identification fiscale doit aussi être fournie. Et ici, on précise bien, ça ne doit pas être au nom d'un individu, ça doit être au nom de votre entreprise. Ce n'est pas à votre nom, mais c'est au nom de l'entreprise. À défaut, on n'accepte pas. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks. So another document that would also need is your bank reference letter. I'm sure that the template for the bank reference letter has already been circulated, and we already know all the details that is going to be in the bank reference letter. So why we need it is because we need to be sure that your account is valid. It is not closed, it is active and can receive the sum of money you are expecting. So we would need a bank reference letter from your bank. Please do ensure once you get to the bank and you are given, just show them that template so that they can put all the necessary details, especially for entrepreneurs that are in other African countries where UBA is not present. There are quite a number of details we need. We need intermediary bank, correspondent bank, the SWIFT code, the IBAN number, and quite a lot of other things. Please use the template. So we need that to verify your account, because we don't want situations where we will send money to the account and then the money bounce back and we start getting feedback from entrepreneurs that they couldn't receive their fund when we know that it is the issue is from you or is from your bank. Please do ensure that you get a bank reference letter and then tell them that your bank, tell your bankers that you're expecting so fund, and your account should be active it shouldn't be closed. Your account, and if there are restrictions on your account, please let them know so that it can be lifted. If there are anything that would hinder it, please let your bankers know so that we don't have issues as time goes on. So please do get a bank reference letter from your bank. Folk, over to you.
Oui, la prochaine pièce, c'est la lettre de référence bancaire. Et les modèles vous ont été soumis. Vous devez donc présenter cette lettre-là à votre banquier afin que lui puisse remplir. Pourquoi est-ce qu'on vous demande cette pièce? On vous demande cette pièce pour être sûr que votre compte est actif. Vous pouvez avoir un numéro de compte, mais le compte n'est pas actif. On veut être sûr que votre compte n'a pas de limitation ou n'est pas bloqué. Parce qu'il y a eu des situations où on envoie, où on fait le virement et l'argent rentre encore au Nigeria. Donc, on vous demande, s'il vous plaît, de remettre ce document à votre banquier, que ce soit dans les pays où il y a UBA ou bien dans les autres banques qui sont dans les pays où UBA ne se retrouve pas. Remettez ce document au banquier et indiquez-lui bien, il doit pouvoir y mettre tout votre RIB. Ça peut être le compte intermédiaire, ça peut être le numéro de routage. Bref, il doit y mettre les informations qui permettent qu'on puisse vous faire un virement et que le virement ne rentre pas. Merci. Over to you.
Okay, so I also need to let you know that I think I've mentioned about 4 documents now, and it is important to know that these documents, I think aside from the identification card, which is either your driver's license, international passport, or permanent voter's card that would carry your personal name, the business registration documents, your tax certificates, and your bank reference letter. Please do ensure that business name on each of these documents are the same. Ensure that they tally. We don't want to see a business name on your business registration certificate, and then we see another business name on your tax registration certificate, and then you get a bank reference letter carrying another business name. The 3 documents must carry your business name, which must tally. Please do ensure that compliance. Then another document that we would also need is a partner's consent form. This is optional. It actually depends on if you have a partner. If you're more than one running the business, we need a partner's consent form that you have to, your partner has to sign it. Then we also need your partner's valid ID card as well. I think the link to the folder has been shared. So you need to submit a partner's consent form and a valid ID card, which can be either of those 3 things I've mentioned earlier. So you need to share that with us, basically. So folk, over to you, please.
Thank you. Donc, tous les documents qu'on vous a déjà cités, que ce soit la carte, la pièce d'identité, qui peut être la carte nationale d'identité, ça peut être le passeport, ça peut être la carte d'électeur ou le permis de conduire, dans les pièces officielles, tout ça doit être à votre nom. Et les autres documents, comme le registre de commerce, les pièces des impôts et la lettre de référence bancaire doit être au nom de l'entreprise. Ça doit être un compte professionnel. On n'enverra pas de virement dans un compte individuel. Donc, il faut aussi dire que la 5e pièce qu'on vous demande, c'est la lettre de consentement de vos partenaires. Et si on entend par partenaires les associés ou les actionnaires, on ne parle pas de vos amis de quartier ou bien des gens que vous appelez partenaires abusivement. On parle des partenaires juridiques, les personnes à qui appartient l'entreprise en même temps que vous, si vous n'êtes pas le seul propriétaire. C'est là où on parle de partenaires. Et ici, on va vous demander d'envoyer leur lettre de consentement et aussi leur carte nationale d'identité. Over to you.
Yes, so just to also emphasize, please, for the bank reference letters, we have countries where UBA is present. If you don't have a business account yet, open your business account in UBA, any of our UBA branches across the African countries. For those that don't have UBA present in their countries, you can open a business account with any reputable bank. Please do ensure you open an account with a reputable bank, because we don't want situations where you open it with a bank that has limited access in receiving fund, and then your fund gets stuck or along the line, or it will take a while before you receive your fund. So just please ensure, if you don't have a business account yet, for countries where UBA is present, do open a business account with UBA. And for countries where UBA is not present, please open with a reputable bank and let them have the information that you are expecting so fund in case you are selected, and that you want your account to be valid. There shouldn't be any restriction from you receiving the fund. It is very important. Please check all the documents that you are submitting and ensure that nothing is there is no conflicting information. Check your valid ID card, check your business registration document, because all these details are going to be checked because the document has to tally. Please ensure that there is no conflicting information in those documents, and you now have to start reaching out, and it might even disqualify you. It is very important to check those documents thoroughly. Over to you.
Donc, pour ce qui concerne le compte bancaire, votre compte bancaire doit être ouvert à la banque UBA dans les pays où il y a UBA. Même si vous êtes n'importe où dans le pays, si dans votre pays il y a UBA, on admet que les comptes bancaires qui ont été ouverts à UBA. Pour les personnes qui sont dans les pays où il n'y a pas UBA, vous pouvez ouvrir votre compte dans une autre banque, mais ça doit être les banques de première catégorie. Les microfinances ne sont pas admises. Il ne faut pas que vous ouvrez un compte, vous envoyez les coordonnées, alors que ce compte a des restrictions. C'est uniquement dans des comptes de renommée, des comptes de première catégorie. C'est là où vous pouvez ouvrir le compte, et ça doit être un compte professionnel au nom de l'entreprise et non à votre nom personnel. Over to you.
Okay, so thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Kehinde, for that insightful session that and information you shared with us. So I'm sure everyone has understood what Kehinde has shared. She has given a run through of the documents that we are supposed to submit ahead of the seed capital review phase. Now, just to inform everyone that we are currently in the business plan review phase. So your business plans, submitted business plans, financials, and pitch videos are currently being reviewed. And after the review, we share your feedback with you. And this also means that, or this implies that nobody's going to be dropped off. You just have to improve on the business plans that you have submitted, or the financials and pitch videos that you have submitted. And for the seed capital documents, I think Foko should translate this line, then we can move on from here.
OK. Donc, actuellement, vos business plans que vous avez soumis, les vidéos de présentation ainsi que les plans financiers sont en train d'être revus. Et vous aurez des feedbacks, vous aurez des retours. Donc, on va vous faire des remarques sur les documents, sur vos études que vous avez envoyées, c'est-à-dire business plan, plan financier et vidéo. Donc, voilà le niveau où on est maintenant. Et ceux qui vont être sélectionnés, c'est à eux qu'on demandera d'envoyer tous les documents dont on vous explique aujourd'hui. Donc, voilà où on en est. Attendez qu'on vous fasse des retours par rapport à vos business plans. Over to you.
Okay, please, you can drop your questions. You can drop your questions now for Kehinde, then we can answer that so that she can provide answers. I think I can see some questions in the chat box. Okay. Please, do we have to inform our bank that a particular amount is coming into the bank? Is it necessary if you're not in the UBA country?
Yes, it is very important that you inform your bank. So why we say you should inform your bank is because we've had situations where entrepreneurs' accounts are restricted. There are some accounts that cannot receive certain amount of money, and you might not know, especially those people that are opening, if it's the first time you're opening a business account, you might not know if your account is restricted to receive certain amount of money. But if you've been running the account for a while, you probably would have encountered one issue or the other and you would have rectified it. But I think it's very important so that you won't have issues of your account being restricted and you can't receive, because for people that where UBA is not present, once your account is restricted and the fund cannot get it to you, it will return back to us and we would have to start investigating, initiating, and it already takes a while before the fund will get to you because it's a different bank. So when the fund now, even it will take a while for the fund to come back because it will pass through the intermediary bank correspondence and all those things. So I think it is very, very important for you to inform your bank that you are expecting certain amount of money and that they should ensure that your account is not restricted so that it can accommodate such funds. So it's very important to let them know. I hope that clarifies. Over to you, Foko.
Foko, can you hear us? Hi, Foko. I think your audio is. Hi, Foko. Your audio isn't clear. Okay, so while we are waiting for Foko, I'll just ask read out the next question. Then Foko can translate the first one. Then we can proceed on from there. So the next question is, does this apply to UBA countries? Do we have to inform the bank as well for countries where UBA is present? I'll merge two questions together so that Candy can answer them at once. Okay, my NIN card has my date of birth. Is that not acceptable? Then, sorry, the last question. What if UBA presents me with a bank reference different from the bank reference letter TEF has shared? Okay.
All right. Okay, Adoram, yeah. So, like I said, it is very important that you inform your bankers that you are expecting certain amount of money. Especially for people that are opening accounts, a business account for the very first time, you might not know if your account has been restricted or not. But if you have been running the account, you might have encountered such issue. It might not really be the case for everybody. I'm just saying because we've had situations where entrepreneurs say they didn't receive the fund. At the end, the fund will return back to us, and then we'll find out that entrepreneur's account cannot receive that amount of money. So it is important to let them know. Just ask them what's the maximum my account can receive. Hope my account is not restricted. I hope I can receive as much fund as possible. It's very important because we don't want, and even you don't want a situation where we would have told you that we've disbursed your fund and then you keep waiting and waiting and waiting only to find out that your account has an issue. So that's why we just, it's good to give your bankers enough information so you don't encounter issues. Then regarding the NIN, we don't accept NIN slip. It's fine, you can share the NIN card, your NIN card. I'm talking to people in Nigeria, but we don't accept slip. So your NIN card is fine, but we don't accept NIN slip. Thank you. I think that's the two questions you made, right?
Yes, please, that's all. Thank you so much, Candy. So Foko is currently experiencing network issues, so he's unable to translate for to the French speakers. So short, if Foko is able to join us before the session, he will run through and give a summary of the questions and the responses provided by Kendi. So I think that's basically the questions in the comment section. Okay, the last question, Foko is here. The last question before we go. Does a business that is just starting up need to have a tax registration document? That's all.
Okay, I thought you said Foko is here. I can't see him.
Oh, he's still having internet connectivity issues.
Okay, he's here now. So, Foko, can you hear us? Okay, so I think I'll just take the last question. So, you need to have a tax registration certificate. It is very important. If you if you start a business, once you register the business, you need to also have, it is mandatory in every country, you have a body that regulates tax in your country. It is very important for an organization to have tax registration certificates because it's how do I put it? It's a way for the government to not say monitor your business, but at least you have a regulatory body that is controlling tax in your country, and it is important for every organization to pay tax. So you can't open a business and not have a tax registration certificate. So it is, even if you just started, you still need a business registration certificate to show that you are running a business. So it is very important you have a tax registration certificate. Foko, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know if you, yes, the other questions we answered, I don't know if you can just run through everything, or I might need to repeat myself so you can.
Okay, I listened for the last question. I can just translate it.
Yes, I'm through with the last question, so you can go ahead.
Ok, oui. Donc, la question posée ici est de savoir, concerne la carte de contribuable ou l'enregistrement auprès des impôts. Donc, elle a expliqué qu'il est important pour vous d'être enregistré et d'être reconnu au niveau de l'administration fiscale. Ce n'est pas une façon pour l'État de vous contrôler, mais c'est une façon pour vous d'être citoyen et d'être en règle avec les lois de votre pays. Donc, voilà globalement ce qu'elle essaie d'expliquer. C'est important que vous soyez enregistré aux impôts. Okay, that was for the third question. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Foko. So I think a question was asked regarding whether NIN documents is needed. So we don't accept, for Nigerian entrepreneurs, we don't accept NIN slip, but we accept NIN card. So you must, because initially when you register for your ID, they would initially give you a slip before you will now get the ID card. So what we actually want is the ID card, not the slip. And then there was also a question on whether you should inform your bankers of the funds you're about to receive. And then I answered that it is very important because there are some accounts that will be restricted and certain amount of fund cannot go into that account. So it is very important that you let your bankers know that certain amount of money is coming, and that if there are any issues or any restriction placed on that account, resolve it with them so that your seed capital don't bounce back to us and then we start reinitiating all over again. So thank you.
OK. Donc, concernant la première question, on parlait de la deuxième question. Vous devez informer votre banque que vous devez recevoir de l'argent. Comme ça, s'il y a des restrictions, ils vont vous dire. Parce que ce n'est pas toujours aisé qu'on envoie l'argent et que ça retourne. Quand ça retourne, vous le savez bien, ça doit encore passer par les banques intermédiaires. Et quand on doit encore vous envoyer, ça va mettre extrêmement long et vous serez impatient. Donc, il faut informer votre banque que vous allez recevoir de l'argent et on vous dira si c'est possible ou pas. Pour ceux qui sont au Nigeria, on dit on n'accepte pas les récépissés. Parce que quand vous voulez faire la carte d'identité, il y a d'abord un récépissé qu'on vous donne. Au Nigeria, on accepte uniquement les cartes d'identité, pas les récépissés. Donc, voilà les deux dernières informations. What to you?
Okay, thanks. Over to you, Adora.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kehinde and Foucault, for providing responses to our question. So I think I'll just take it on from here. Okay, so I've been seeing a question from DLTV. Please note that he said, where will you send the notary template to us as requested for the reference letter? I think DLTV is referring to the previous bank reference letter. Please, DLTV, if you can hear me, kindly refer to your emails. The bank reference letter has been updated for 2024, and there's no request for notary document or notary templates in it. Please re-download the link sent to you via email. You can check your emails for more information. So just a few updates. There's some entrepreneurs request or participants asking for what's the word? An update, or what type of disability should one have for them to be considered as disabled. I saw a question from an entrepreneur or a participant saying that if he cuts his finger, can that count for a disability? No. So that doesn't count for disability. Cutting your finger or having a cut doesn't count for disability. Disability has to do with you have issues with going through phases of the program. Okay, maybe there are there are health issues that has prevented you from completing the program accurately, more like sights, eye defects. So that could count for disability. More like you have or you have just one feet or just one foot rather, so that counts for disability. But saying you have a cut on your finger, I'm really sorry, that is not a disability, and you actually need to provide a report from the from a reputable hospital to be counted as a disabled person or somebody that thrives with disability. Could please translate this few points I've made.
OK. Donc, le premier point concerne la lettre notariée et le deuxième point concerne les handicaps. Pour les lettres notariées, on vous a dit, référez-vous au mail qu'on vous a envoyé. Le modèle de lettre de référence bancaire de 2024 a été mis à jour. Concernant les handicaps, quelqu'un pose la question qu'il a un coupé. Est-ce que c'est un handicap? Non, le doigt coupé n'est pas un handicap. L'handicap, c'est peut-être les problèmes de vue, si vous avez un seul pied ou si vous n'avez pas de pied. Bref, c'est les handicaps régulièrement reconnus d'un individu et vous devez le prouver à travers un document d'un hôpital ou bien d'un organisme de votre pays réputé pour le faire. Voilà les causes d'incapacité et d'handicap. Merci.
Okay. Thank you, Foucault. Kehinde, please, you have any last words for us as entrepreneurs?
Okay, so the program manager will join in shortly. She has something to an information to share. So just 1 second, please. Thank you.
Donc, on patiente, le gestionnaire du programme a intervenu, s'il vous plaît. Patientez.
Okay, while we are waiting, please note that the bank reference letter from UBA has to be uniform. So it is the document we provide to you or we have shared with you via email that should be submitted for all UBA countries. Then secondly, someone was asking a question that if their business is 5 years. You said if your business is 5 years. I'm really sorry. I don't know who this person is, but I can barely understand your question. Then, lastly, you should actually submit. We've stated that you should submit your ID card, and your ID card, your photo should be clear. It should not be blurry, and it should also match the pitch video. Please, we hope everyone on the call or all participants has submitted pitch videos that has been done by the applicants themselves and not their partner. Then, all your documents, like Kendi had mentioned, should actually match your business name. Should actually match your business name. Then, secondly, you should also have an evidence of tax registration. So it doesn't need to be a certificate, just an evidence, something that shows that you have actually registered your business to paying tax or to pay tax. Popo, please translate. Then we can introduce Ibukun. Ibukun Odurinde is the programs manager. I'm sure everyone is familiar. Everyone knows her. Popo, please translate. Then Ibukun can take on from there. Thank you.
OK, thank you, Adora. Donc, on était en train de préciser que tous les documents que vous devez soumettre doivent être au nom de votre entreprise et doivent être cohérents. Maintenant, n'envoyez pas les CNI où les photos sont floues. On a besoin de voir votre photo afin de comparer avec la personne qui parle sur la vidéo. Et la personne qui parle sur la vidéo doit être la personne qui est enregistrée. Voilà les informations que vous avez besoin et qui sont nécessaires. On va donc laisser la parole à Ibukun qui a d'autres informations. C'est elle, la programme manager. Elle a d'autres informations complémentaires. Merci. Over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, entrepreneurs from across 54 African countries. I don't want to start calling the countries one after the other, but it's good to have everyone here. And a big thank you to Kendi for sharing that detailed information and providing a lot of clarity around disbursement. So you know what to do, how to do, and when to do. So I hope everyone took down notes. And I hope all your questions have pretty much been answered and we have provided as much clarity as you require. Again, just to speak to what Kendi and Adora has touched on, it is very important that you provide a valid ID card. Yes, you have been shortlisted to be a part of this program from inception. However, the clause to it is you must, and it is mandatory to meet all processes and requirements. So we can still remove people from the program if they do not meet the requirement. It is important that you meet the requirements when it comes to document submission, when it comes to providing information and details around your business. Everything will be audited and checked. If you are found wanting, it won't be a case of begging and saying, oh, I didn't know. Take your time, look at every document you had submitted and you're uploading to the platform. Be sure you're uploading the right thing. Be sure you're uploading the right documents. Be sure that you're giving the right information. Once you submit, we would not be reaching out for clarification or why did you give us this? That's why we're having this session, and it's important for everyone to join. You're going to be CEOs, you're going to own companies, you're going to own organizations, you're going to be responsible for your workers, responsible for your staff. The responsibility starts here, the point of you submitting documents before you get your money to run and launch a successful business. So the accountability, the responsibility starts from now. So please ensure to check. Don't be in a rush. Look at everything you're providing, every document you're uploading. Be sure you're uploading the right thing. It's not when you upload, then you now reach out and write an email to me and say, oh, please, I didn't know, I was not there when the document was submitted, or I didn't know I submitted this document. I don't know, my laptop was hanging. It won't be accepted. And that's why we're having this session. So it won't be a case of I was not informed, I was not aware, I was not told. We're taking these things seriously, and we're not going to, be going back and forth and be petting anybody. That's why we're having this session. So there's clarity. You have all the information that you need. You know what to do and when to do it. Going to the point of, and I'll hand over to Foko shortly because I'm just providing an overview and just buttressing some points. Going to the disability aspects. If you are disabled or physically disabled or you're thriving with disability, again, you are required to notify us. Once you notify us, you're required to provide a medical report from a reputable hospital. So we're not doing random hospitals. If you're thriving with disability, please, general hospital, government hospital is the preferred hospital where you need to get your letter from. It is important. There is someone that has uploaded their document. I'm sure if the person is here, they know themselves. You had indicated that you have a physical disability and you uploaded blank paper. We have noted you down and we're not going to reach out to you. When we start checking your documents, we would reach out to you and let you know what the next steps are. We're not going to ask you to resubmit any document. We're not going to ask you why you submitted a blank paper. But the next steps, you'll be engaged and you'll get information on your eligibility status on the program. So please, if you cut your hand, if you break your hand, if you break your neck, it is not disability. Again, this is not something to joke about. This is not something to laugh about. People thriving with disability are human beings. They're also, they have the same rights as every other person. So please, it's not something to laugh and joke about and just indicate I have a disability, but I broke my hand. No, it's not something to laugh about. They're actually very smart people, intelligent people. So let's not take this lightly and just joke about it and think, oh, because we're talking about disability, then it's something to laugh about, it's something to know. It's serious. Nobody wants to be disabled. Nobody wants to have some form of disability. So please, if you don't have a disability, do not indicate. Just say not applicable. And you move on to upload your seed capital details and bank details. But if you actually indicate it, there must be a doctor's report or medical report backing that claim and actually confirming to us that you actually have this disability. And even the medical report will state for how long you've had the disability. It will state it. So it's not a disability that you tell us 1 month ago. It was 1 month ago your medical doctor actually discovered that you had a disability. That is not acceptable. And please don't get your reports from gynecologists, because some people will go and be gynecologists. There's some specialized professionals, medical professionals. So you have to go and engage. You have to get that report from those specialized doctors or medical professionals. So it's not just going to be a random thing, because we're taking this very seriously. And the reason why we want to know if you do have any form of disability is to know how we can support you, even beyond funding. Because it's a good to know for us. So again, it's not going to be, when we're engaging you, it won't be a one-size-fits-all type of engagement. Based on the type of disability you have, we will know how to engage you, how to give you support. So we're taking this very seriously. Everything Kehinde has said about bank details is valid, most especially for participants that are in the countries where we don't have UBA. We've also indicated those countries. It is important to go to your bank. Let them know that you're expecting money from Nigeria. Tell them you participated in an entrepreneurship program where you shared your business idea or existing business, and you were selected to receive funding, and the funding will come anytime from now. But you want to know what policies they have around getting money in dollars, because there are some banks that do not receive funds less than $10,000. Some do not receive up to $5,000. Some do not receive less than $15,000. So you need to engage them. And when they're giving you this information, if you know that they won't be able to help you process your payments, please go to another reputable commercial bank. It's not compulsory that you must open an account with them. If there are going to be issues, if you're going to have issues getting your money at the end of the day, it is very important, because what we've noticed is a lot of people just go to open accounts. They don't ask questions. They don't engage their bankers. And then they come back. The money doesn't get to them 1 month, 2 months. We're not going to be reinitiating money payments to participants twice. That's why we're giving you the opportunity to get the right information, the right beneficiary account. It is intermediary bank, most especially for non-UBA countries. It is important. For UBA countries, again, ensure that your account is not closed. Ensure that you don't have an invalid or inactive account, because you won't be able to get the money. So please do the needful, do the right thing, be responsible, be accountable to yourself, and ensure that you're providing the right details, the right information that would enable you receive your seed capital to launch your business seamlessly and without stress. So I hope I have been able to, again, put all of this in summary so we all understand and we all, know what to do and when to do it and how to do it. So I'll hand over to Foko to just do the summary and then we'll end the session. Again, thank you for joining. You can refer people that if you have friends that you met on the program that did not join this session, please refer them to go back to our YouTube channel to watch this session again from start to finish so they can get all the information. And if you wrote some things down, please share with them because they're very important, they're pertinent, they're very critical information we're sharing and shouldn't be taken for granted. So I'll hand over to Foko now and then we'll end the session. Over to you, Foko. And again, thank you everyone for joining. Over to you, Foko.
Thank you, Ibukun. Donc, je vais commencer par ces propos concernant les personnes vivant avec une situation de handicap. Donc, elle dit, ce n'est pas une blague, il faut simplement que ceux qui ont un handicap naturel puissent écrire, notifier cela à la fondation. Vous devez notifier. On doit évaluer tout ce que vous avez envoyé comme document normalement et la fondation reviendra à vous. Donc, voilà ce qu'elle est en train de dire. Et vous devez justifier votre situation de handicap. On ne vous demande pas d'aller prendre un document à l'hôpital ou n'importe où tout de suite ou maintenant, non. Si vous avez une situation de handicap avec laquelle vous vivez, vous devez certainement avoir un document qui l'atteste pour d'autres situations de la vie que vous avez eu à affronter. C'est ce document-là qu'on vous demande de produire à la fondation. La fondation dit qu'elle pourra vous apporter une aide même au-delà du financement normal dont on parle maintenant. Donc, c'est ce qu'on voulait vous dire globalement. Si vous avez un handicap, si vous vivez avec une situation de handicap, il faut signaler.
Foko, can you hear us, please, so you can interpret before we close the meeting?
Well, are you hearing me? I am speaking. Hello, are you hearing me?
Hi, Foko, can you hear us?
Yes, Foko, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
OK, thank you. Donc, j'avais fini avec la situation de handicap. Donc, pour l'autre chose, les autres choses où elle a attiré votre attention, elle a tenu à sensibiliser tous les participants à ce programme Flagship, ce programme normal. Donc, vous devez savoir que les documents qu'on vous demande d'envoyer doivent être des documents authentiques. Veuillez bien les vérifier avant de les envoyer. Aucune erreur n'est permise de votre part. On ne veut pas voir des situations où des gens vont venir après se plaindre, après pleurer, qu'ils étaient en retard, que leur ordinateur était gâté, que la connexion ne passait pas. Non. Il y a des règles, vous devez respecter les règles. Lisez bien vos emails. Suivez bien les masterclass. Faites tout ce qu'on vous demande. C'est un concours. Il y a des gens qu'on va présélectionner. Ce n'est pas tout le monde qui aura l'argent. Donc, on ne va pas prendre des excuses. Veuillez juste faire exactement ce qu'on vous demande. Soumettez les documents qu'on vous demande. Sachez quand même que ces documents vont être vérifiés. Il y a un comité d'audit qui vérifie toutes les documentations. Dès qu'on détecte qu'il y a un faux, vous êtes automatiquement disqualifié. Donc, on ne veut pas des gens qui viendront après pleurer. Voilà globalement ce que Ibukun, la directrice du programme, a voulu partager avec tous les candidats du programme normal de 2024. Donc, merci une fois de plus et passez une bonne semaine. Thank you. Over to you, Adaora.
Okay, thank you all so much for joining the session. And we'll be providing you more updates via email. So do well to check your emails regularly. For any inquiries and complaints that you have, you can send an email directly to me. We'll be sure to respond to you. Thank you all for joining and do have a great day. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, Kehinde, once again for supporting to facilitate this session. Thank you. And Foucault as well, thank you so much. And for everyone that stayed till the end, thank you. Bye. Bye again.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Foucault.
Au revoir tout le monde. Bye bye.